All right, we calling this 4-Piece Tuesdays, and we're back. And I'm calling this information around the domain and globe that you might want to pay attention to. And getting straight into it, we're actually going to get into plant fungus infected a human in the first reported case of its kind. This is September 23rd, 2023. And it says silver leaf disease is a curse from various botanicals, from pears to roses around infecting the leaves and branches. The fungi, Centrorodon porosis, can be fatal for the plant if not quickly treated. Aside from the risk of losing occasional rose bush, the fungal disease has never been considered a problem for humans until this year. And what researchers suggest is the first case of its kind. A 61-year-old Indian, Michael Logus, I said that so wrong, I'm so sorry, appears to have contracted a rather serious case of silver leaf disease in her own throat, providing a rare example of a pathogen seemingly making an enormous leap across entire kingdoms of the tree life. A case study published in June 2023 describes a male patient in India's eastern region presenting a medical center, a cough and a hoarse voice, fatigue, and difficulty swallowing. A CT X-ray scan of his neck relieved of pus osteogenesis trachea. Lab tests failed to find any bacteria of concern, but a special staining technique for fungi revealed the presence of a long-rooted list from hyperbole. Fungus diseases aren't exactly uncommon in humans. There are millions of known species. Only a few hundred are capable of causing us harm. Ringworms, athlete's feet, thus commonly make themselves at home in damper areas of our skin, much to our irritation. Sometimes, especially in people with compromised immune system, fungi commonly feed on the rotten vegetation, such as the species of asparagus, which can infect deeper parts of the body. But this particular infection doesn't look like any of those. However, promoting the medical specialists to seek advice from the World Health Organization Fungi Reference and Research Center, who identified the unlikely suspect from his DNA through Marcado himself. The patient couldn't recall having worked with this particular species recently. His field work had brought him in contact with decaying material and other plant fungi, potentially explaining the source. So here we have a plant fungus infecting a human, which could be considered just like Last of Us in a video I did, fungi becoming a viral and infecting the human body and things of that nature. But wait, let's continue to go further down the rabbit hole. We go down this rabbit hole. It says natural or man-made. Hint: natural products cannot be patented. Only man-made products. They are developed in labs. AIDS, U.S. patent 567, 697, owned by House and the WHO. H1N1, U.S. patient 88-35624, owned by Fauci and WHO. Ebola, U.S. patent owned by Fauci and WHO. Swine flu, Fauci and WHO. BSE, Fauci and WHO. Zika, Fauci and WHO. SARS, Fauci and WHO. Rancha Cucamonga, I wouldn't dare say that word. Whoa, I'm trying to get flagged. Fauci and WHO. So, natural products can be patented, man-made cannot. Yet all of these, H1N1, Ebola, swine flu, BSC, Zika, SARS, and Cucamonga, the cucarachas, have all been patented. So it's just something to think about. Going forward, it says every time the world gets an upgrade on the electromagnetic field, it messes up people's breathing up clearly. Do you see the pattern? Let's start from the introduction of radio waves caused by the Spanish flu in 1918. Influenza, 1979, 1G was launched. 2G, cholera, 1991. 3G, influenza, 1998. 4G, H1N1, 2009. 5G, cucarachas, 2019. Oh, not that one. I wanted to show this technology because, as you know, I'm a technologist or a futurist, which I try to stay in that department. And I want to show the technology of a gentleman using this as a cloak, basically to attune people to the reality of yes, there are many things going on and things for people to pay attention to. And just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it's not out here. This is a gentleman using this cloak to make himself invisible to his environment, almost like a chameleon or a gecko. And as you can see, he's making himself invisible in his environment, putting it on top of his head and his legs, and he bends the light in the environment around him and he becomes invisible to a degree. And this is just a random gentleman with this technology. Imagine what's actually going on out here. Let's keep it going. It says Open ChatGPT is upgraded to see, hear, and speak, enabling to understand spoken words and respond with synthesized voices, processing images. If you have the mobile app, you can now talk to it using your voice. Plus, you can speak from 5 different computer-made voices. When the bots talk, they talk back to you. This is important to know, people, because as we know, technology is moving very quickly. And this is an example. The video has no sound of somebody talking to ChatGPT and it responding. You can do this now if you're able to have the app on your phone. Let's keep it going. Actually, it says bread and circus are worse. Stadiums are ritual energy extraction sites. The NFL stadiums below are all seeing eyes. Imagine all the full of cheering people, sending colossal amounts of competitive, worshiping, and idolizing energy vibrations through the eyes all over the country, simultaneously and projecting it into the universe. This is a satanic ritual. Now, that I will not say, but I will say that words are spells and that everything is based off of energy. And what better energy to take off of from the collective? Getting something to pay attention to and to understand. When you're going to concerts and stadiums and different things, don't you feel the energy around you, the people in the stadium? Was it not Erica Badu who was doing a ritual not at one point in time when she was at one of her concerts and doing a ritual right in front of people on a pyramid? So pay attention, people, and understand what's going on at all times. This is Elon Musk's brain chip Neuralink. If you guys remember in my earlier videos, I have Neuralink coming from Resident Evil, which it was in the movie and now it's in real life. Approved from an independent review board to begin recruitment for the first human trials of brain implantation for paralyzed patients. And as we can see, so this is the link. This is a machine and how they drill it into a person's head and surgically implant it. Surgical robot, right? And then from after they surgically implant it in people's heads, you will there, you will then implant it at the top of your head. You will then be able to play games on different devices. But in the future, it will be used for the metaverse. But I place this in here to remind people, hey, I know people feel like I just be wasting my time opening my mouth for no reason, but as you guys all know, white daddy, when white daddy says it, that's when people listen. This is a tweet, very interesting. I live in Texas, so I wanted to get this out. It says, fun facts. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has his own page on the World Economic Forum website. And if you search his name, you get 7 articles. And I have searched it, and I have gotten some articles. The WHF is the chief sponsors of the Texas border invasion. Conclusion, Governor Abbott betrayed his state and his people for a hefty payout for the World Economic Trade Forum. He may have an R next to his name, but he should be a treat for trader. And so when you see him posting on what little he does and how it can be reversed, now it makes sense. Now, I will not go that far to say that. Again, this is all for entertainment and engaging educational purposes. I want no smoke, no flash, no nothing of that nature. But what I will say is, I did visit the website just to see, and he is on here. It says BI in Finance, University of Texas, Austin degree in Law, Vanderbilt University Law School. Um, Talks about collecting child support for the children, being the 48th governor of Texas, building a better future for Texas cyber crime unit, and things of that nature. But when I was searched, it says World Economic Trade Forum annual meeting, July 20th, 23rd in Switzerland, July 2016. When I was able to look at his name and see if he was there, voila. He was there June 20th, 2016, January 20th, 2016. Now, if you know anything about the WHO, they're very controversial. And you know that some of their goals and overall meetings for the sustainable development project, if you go look at my other videos, I'll talk about that. But let's just say they have a future where they want us to own nothing and be okay with it. So the fact that so many people of our politics, not just from the United States, but across the world, are all going to listen to them and have collaborations should make us all very aware. And this is when I searched it. You could go look it up. It's the World Economic Trade Forum, put in Greg Abbott, and he does come up. I have no reason to slander him or attack him anyway, and I'm not suggesting it. I'm just saying pay attention, people, because if you clock like a duck, walk like a duck, sleep like a duck, then it flams sure ain't a rooster. So let's continue. It says the Great Reset, build back better. UN and WEF run the New World Order. Carl Schwab, King Charles, Maxine Waters, Joe Biden, Antonio Guterres, Elizabeth Warren, Barack Obama. That's funny. Justin Castro, um, Khadijah Freeland, Tony Blair, Nancy Pelosi, and Angelina Merkel. Right? Now, these are the people. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Chicago saying they want to build back better. That's saying you have a golden opportunity to make the world a better place. Maxine Waters, build back better. Joe Biden, build it back better. Schwab again from the World Economic Trade Forum said, build it back better. A chance to make the world a better place. So as you can see, build back better, great reset, sustainable development, smart grid systems, and therefore after. Just keep it going. It says distraction, distraction, distraction. The goal of the EWEF uses idiots like these. What is the point of even glorify these fools? They would be my last post, even though I recognize anyone that's not completely focused on closing the border, taking down 5G, standing up city juries to indict criminals, passing an ordinance from a formation of constitution protected to a militia to enforce GWAS, public pressure on AG Garland to declare the current illegitimate regime behind election of 2020, restoring the republic. And these are not of my thoughts, but it's necessary in response to feeling some type of way about, as you can see, a whole bunch of people from another country from the United States that must having to maybe pay for it and get housing. And a lot of people are kind of freaked out and nervous. And this is the World Economic Forum Police. That is right. The World Economic Forum Police has their own task force, right? As you can see right here, this is their emblem. This is a gentleman that works there. Definitely well prepared to take care of whatever you need in more ways than one. Um, World Economic Forum Police badge. Again, this is the updated one of 2023. This is another one of 2009. So they've been out here for a minute. It says climate tax. Remember this, the global organizations demand you pay more tax, exempt themselves and all their employees from paying income tax, even the VAT, UN, UAICF, UN, World, NATO, WTO, and World Bank. Read again, their staff does not pay taxes. Very interesting. This was in Los Angeles. Is people claiming, well, they're claiming that they're seeing that energy left. I don't know how true that might be. But it says, I don't speak Spanish, but it says this looks like it was an explosion. It looks like it came from a direct energy weapon. And last but not least, it says the London mayor signs the WEF climate treaty to ban meat, dairy, flights, and private cars by 2030. Khan has joined the globalist C40 climate leadership group, which compromises, in its own words. And this is confirmation. Now, if you've seen my other videos, I talk about the C40 initiate, where majority of cities in the United States, major cities, want to deal with climate control protection and sustainable development, which means 15 minutes in smart grid cities. This is important to pay attention to. And now I'm at the end of this video. My name is Kyle. I'm a cryptocurrency futurist advisor consultant. I do cryptocurrency, metaverses, NFTs, and anything technological in that nature. Things are moving fast. And I do these videos to inform my job, if any, is to get people ready for the future, whether it be good or bad. It all depends on the perspective, the consciousness, and the effort to live that, therefore, thought or perception out. As I always say, you could get in front of history or you could be a victim of it. The choice is always yours. My contact information for my PowerPoint I have for cryptocurrency, the ISO 22 called coins, and gold and silver will be in the description. Things are moving fast. I pray and hope everyone moves along with it. Signing out. LA.